Hey everybody, we're live. Thanks for coming. Hi Gail, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, even if you can't stay. Hi Dar, hi Joyce, hi Lydia, hello Jennifer. I have to apologize because last week I hurried up to finish because I thought I was running over, but I finished early. So I'm gonna try to it's because I do the time change. Like in my time, it's 12:30, but for Eastern, it's 2:30, and then I got all confused. So I'm going to try to be better with that. Hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Leona. And the other thing I want to say is I forgot to put my chat in all messages until like over halfway through. So I missed saying hello to a lot of people. So I apologize for that. I think I'm going to have like a little list of, the things to do before I stream. Or, as I'm starting. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Diane. All right, so today we're gonna do mark making. I did this, I would consider this a combination of what I would call negative mark making and positive mark making. So we'll go over that in a minute. Hi, Jennifer D. And we're gonna use some different things for mark making. Happy Mail first. So this is Happy Mail I got from Dee Dee that I won at her channel. It's some offcuts from Ben Cinderblock Studios stash. So I just loved this rock. It was like, oh, I just loved it. And this was so cool. I'm going to give this to my husband to use as a bookmark. I just think it's so like masculine, and I think he'd really enjoy that. So I'm going to be gifting that to him, but I'm going to keep this one in my studio on my shelf. Which reminds me, I have been doing a lot of organization. I'm hoping to have a studio tour for you guys end of September, maybe early October. Hi, Sista. Hi, Lori, Brad Art. Nice to see you. What else? And so right now what I'm doing is this morning I kind of got into like separating my scraps into like sizes and types. I'm not going to separate by color anymore. I'm just going to do size and type. And hopefully, I think I'm going to try to do what Dee Dee was doing this morning, where she has a journal. I don't know if I'll paint the pages or not, but just kind of putting things in, like tacking it down with a glue stick, just to, I have so much stuff. Like when I was organizing my studio, I'm like, I don't need any more stuff. Like I need to do like a no buy, and I need to use what I have, and I need to share more in Happy Mail. So I've been working on Happy Mail and all that kind of stuff. Hi, Janet. But speaking of no buy, this is what I bought. So Jane Davenport was having a sale, and I bought some of her Legends of the Sea sheen inks, and this is like the little swatchy paper I did. So instead of just making like flat swatches, I did kind of like pictures and just kind of doodles. This is the sheen ink on mineral paper. So on a paper that doesn't absorb it, you can see the sheen. So see how this green sheen comes out? I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to wiggle it and look on YouTube to see if it's working, like on my iPad. Hi, Annette. Hi, Beth. Hi, Kathy Berg. Yeah. So I'm going to try, Diane, I'm going to try a low buy at least. Can you guys see that? Yeah, I think you saw that sheen. So this is just, I plopped 2 different colors of ink on this mineral paper, and I just let it kind of, move it. I spritzed it with water, and here I moved it with water. This red one is this chinchi, and it's supposed to have like a gold in it. So we might try this on the gel plate today. I haven't decided. So I don't really know the best way to use mineral paper. Like mineral paper doesn't rip. Like it's not, you can kind of distort it and bend it, but it's not rippable. So it's not really great for collage, but it's interesting. It's interesting paper. And then the other thing I bought was the Jane Davenport, some of her markers. I got the Wham Glam set, and this is what I did. So when I was swatching it, I just did a bunch of marks, and then after I drew this face and used the markers. This is all just with the markers. So I'm not, like I think I posted, I'm trying to work on whimsical faces because I do enjoy them, but I would definitely like to get better, but I was pretty happy with that. And it's interesting because when I was doing this, I'm like, okay, it's ready. And I take a picture to post. I'm like, no, this part here is not quite right. So I would fiddle with it. So it really does help to look at your work through a camera or look at it like upside down. You see things that you don't see otherwise. So that, I think that's all I have in this journal. This is a Ranger journal, and the pages are nice and thick, very thick. All right. Did I say hi to you, Jennifer McKinnon? I don't think I did. Hello. All right. So for the mark making, what I thought I would do is take out a bunch of papers that have things on it. This is a paper Sophia sent to me, and I thought that would be cool to add the negative mark making on it. So thank you, Sophia, Maria, Sophia, yeah. And then these were just some kind of extras I had. This was actually from Diane Bell here in chat, so we're going to add some marks to that because she wasn't happy with it. I thought it was great, but she said I thought you could do something with it. So we're going to do some mark making on that. And Diane sent me that one as well. We're going to add some mark making here. That's like a Barrier sheet with some what's that, gold paper? What's that? Foil, gold foil. It's copper though. Hi, Colleen. And then just some different Braille papers, jelly prints, Braille. We're not going to do them all, but I just kind of grabbed a bunch. I thought it might be neat. Dee Dee was using purple with brown today, and I thought, I don't know if I've used purple and brown, so I might use that for purple and brown. And these are just, I don't even know how most of these are made. Someone sent me this. I don't remember who it was, but that might be one to add marks to. This one already has some marks on it, but that might be cool to add marks, or even on the other side. That one's kind of cool. That would look good with marks. That's just, I was playing with that origami shape after the stream last week, and I don't think we'll use that one today. But so anyways, I've got a range of base papers that we're gonna just kind of play with. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Joanne. I hope I didn't miss anybody. If I missed you, it's not on purpose. All right, so let's grab out our gel plate. Noodle in her nose alert. Was that this one? Noodle in her nose? I don't know what you mean, Beth. Yeah, you could use mineral paper to make a journal cover. Yeah, or I thought I could make a little journal just of the mineral paper and kind of doodle on top of it. I don't know. Hi, Yvonne. Hi, Miriam. So I was feeling kind of guilty when I organized. I'm like, I have all this stuff. I have so many like works in progress that I really need to get back to. A lot of them I blame on Dee Dee because I have a bunch of like journals that she's inspired that I just kind of started and I haven't really done much, or well, not that I haven't done much, I just haven't continued in them because there's always new ideas, right? All right, so let's start. So with this one, the base print was red, and then I added the turquoise and I removed paint, and then I added the black back on it. So let's do something similar to that. We'll do a little warm up. So let's do this one. We'll do that. So I'm going to do some negative mark making, and then we'll do some positive mark making. So for the negative mark making on this one, what I want to do is I want to use the paint and then open up spaces and put this on. So I'm trying to think what color. Oh, okay, Beth. This already has like some gold and some teal. I did buy a brown. I don't use brown, but I did buy this brown, and it is opaque. It's burnt umber. So we could do that. Let's try that. Yes, Dee Dee is a machine. I need to sleep less and art more, right? I've been trying to keep my house clean though, so. All right, so we're gonna just put on this burnt umber, which is a color I do not use much at all. And if we don't like the pages, we're not gonna worry too much. So I'm just gonna, this is Big Peggy we have here. She's a 12 by 14 plate. And get my brayer off ready. Okay, so let's use our silicone spreader. And a lot of the shapes are sort of like curvy. Not sure. Let's not, let's do a circle. And let's do some jiggles. Okay. And this sort of negative mark making, I would say, is inspired by Robin McClendon and probably by the Art Whisperer. He does a lot. I don't think he calls it negative mark making, and I don't think Robin does either, but he does a lot of this type of thing where he adds to prints that he has done. Joanne says her place is a mess since the start of the postcards. Janet would be anxious. And feel free to put your chat in uppercase if you want me to see it. I'm not quite as good as reading chat as Dee Dee is. I'm still learning. Thankfully, my chat doesn't fly as fast, which I'm very happy with the amount of people coming to my streams and interacting. I really like arting with you guys. Speaking of arting with you, this Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be a guest on Anne Lar's channel, and we're going to be doing image transfers. Ooh, that's interesting. So it wasn't quite as opaque as I wanted, but I think it's cool. Woo! So there's our initial one. Now we have, I know brown's not my favorite color, but we're going to add to that. Let's add this to something else. What would we want to add brown to? We could add it to this one. Let's just do that. Use up that paint. So because I didn't let it dry all the way, it's a little bit see-through and kind of transparent. It's not as opaque as I would have liked it, but it is something. And it's got like that dendritic kind of pattern you have when you pull off chunky paint, like liquidy, thick paint, you get kind of like a dendritic pattern. Hi, Ann Lar. Hi, Deb Smith. Hi, Scrappy Girl Dana Yates. Hello, Butterroll. It's Dorothea, right? Butterroll, I think it's Dorothea. Okay, now we're gonna let that dry. This we have to let dry. So let's put Big Peggy aside for a moment and we'll bring out another plate. Okay, so this is an 8 by 10 plate. Grungy goodness, yes. Let's use this print that Diane sent me, and I think black would look really striking on this. So let's do some black. Let's do Mars Black. Hi, Christine. Christine says brown is a nice neutral. She likes that print. Yeah, I have to really push myself to work with brown. I'm not, other than adding like brown ink to edges of things, I'm not a huge brown lover, I would say. So let's use this one this time. And I think, I don't know, I'm thinking, remember when I put this on, it's going to go that way. So I'm not really trying to plan, but I'm thinking, oh, that's not coming off. Just gonna do that. If we do like a combination of vertical and horizontal, it might be interesting. This one is not flat, it's kind of curved, so it doesn't really pick up things that great. All right, and let's do the other thing that Art Whisperer does that Dee Dee's mentioned is he'll take like a stick, like a chopstick. Do I have a chopstick? I do have a chopstick. I don't know if that's too round, and he'll just kind of hold it far and he'll just kind of scootle it around. I know Robin McClendon will do like mark making with like sumi brushes. I'm going to use this little thingamabob. Hope I'm in frame here enough. I just feel like this one starting to dry a little bit. Let's just go for it. Okay, and I need to put something on top of that because it's not quite as big as my plate. Thanks, Dar. I removed the paint. Yes, so I'm doing negative, I'm calling it negative mark making. I don't know if other people call it that. Hi, Bale. So yeah, so I'm calling it negative mark making. So when we, oh, let's take this out. So that's what we're going to get when we pull that off. So we're going to get those bits she had on there, and then we'll add to it with some other, we'll add some like positive mark making. So that was the concept I wanted to explore today. Now I need a baby wipe. Okay, let's see if that other one is dry. We're gonna let that dry fully. This brown one, this is still really thick here, so we're gonna let that dry a long time, I think. So hopefully this one didn't have quite as much paint, so it should be a little drier, a little bit ready to go. So there we have that. So it's just a little wet there, but not too bad. So what if we add, let's add some turquoise. It's the same way. We'll do like a negative mark making of turquoise. And you want, ideally you want opaque paints like this, because I think because this was a liquid, a fluid, it kind of, even though it's opaque, it was very thin, so it didn't really be as opaque as I would have liked it, but that's okay. Leona says she's been wanting to do this herself. Excellent. Play along, play along. Okay, so I said turquoise, right? All right, so let me grab some turquoise. Excuse me. I do like this turquoise, and it's opaque, so that should work. We have a dark one too. We could do a combination. Let's do a combination of those. Can you hear me okay? I think my microphone kind of slipped. So I'll try not to run off again this week like I did last week. I just totally misread the time. So I'm gonna just, I'm not gonna do an ombre or anything. I'm just gonna do them kind of haphazard. Just kind of mix them up. Might as well brayer off there. Okay, so this would also make a cool negative print, I think. We just gotta push it down though. What if we just use this to push it down? Do a bit of that. And then we do want some of that brown showing. Hi, Barbara Chicken Pot Pie. And what if we do like a, I don't know what you'd call that. And then let's do like a little circle down here. Maybe one up here. Now remember, I'm not a professional. I don't have any training, so anything I'm doing here, you all can certainly do it too. Okay, let's put this down. So I'm going to put this on there. I'm not really crazy about this, so I'm going to probably put it over where there's more paint. Excusez-moi. Hello, Jasper. Give this a good rub. So for those of you coming in, we're working on negative mark making right now on the gel plate. So having a base print, adding color to the plate, removing paint, putting it back on, and then we'll add some marks back. Hello, Annette. Hi, Deb Brown. If I've missed saying hello to you, just give me a little wave in chat and I'll try to say hello. Hi, oh, hi, Yoni. I think I saw Yoni. No? Yeah. Joni. Is it Joni? I thought it was Yoni. I thought someone told me I wasn't saying it right. So it's Joni. Well, I can say that. That's much easier for me. All right. Now, I had in my brain, let's see. This one's still, that one's still drying. Let's see how this one's doing. This one looks ready. Let's just pull that aside. So this is the one, the print from Diane Bell that we added some black to. So I like it. I like it a lot. Now, I think red marks would be cool to add back to this. I do like it as is. But how are you guys feeling about some red marks? And I'm actually thinking I'm going to use this stamp by PM Art Studios. It's a stamp designed by Sophia. And I think some red on here would be cool. But maybe we'll add it directly. Should we add it directly on there instead of using the gel plate? We'll use the gel plate to load up the stamp. Let's do that. And then we can we'll pick that up after. All right. Red, 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 red. Let's use this one, cadmium red. Or yeah, we'll just do half of this. I'm just throwing that red on that other plate. I'm hoping it's going to show through that black enough. I'm going to really load that up, make it juicy. Okay, let's see. I'm going to stand up here. Thanks, Beth. That's what I say to my kids when they leave the house, when they're going out with their friends. I say, make good choices. Let's add a bit more red. I don't know. I don't think I want them all going the same way. Let's do 3. 3 is a good number. And maybe a bit going off the edge too. I like it on that yellow. That's really cool. Let's do here. Maybe just going off that page. So that's kind of cool. Thank you, Diane, for sending me that cool print to work with. I think I like it just like that. I think that one I'm going to call done. And then we'll pick this up. And this can be the base of something else. I'll have to let that dry. Okay, and then make sure if you're using foam stamps that you wash them right away if you're using acrylic paint or acrylic ink. Hey, Rule. Hi, Sandra. Sandra, I showed the mineral paper experiment that I sent you. Sandra was very helpful with giving me some tips about using the Jane Davenport ink. And then I wrap it, and then I can, if I wrap it, then I can wash it really well later. I'm just spraying off onto this piece of book page that I had sitting near me. All right, let's see if this one's ready. Let's put this aside to, ooh, what if we, still a bit wet, what if we add a bit to this? Because I don't think all of it's going to pick up, but I think some of the red should pick up on there. I think I should zoom out a little bit. That's a manual zoom on my camera. Means I have to lift it up. Okay. So that blue, so when you scrape the blue paint around, it kind of gets thicker, you know, where you kind of leave, where you're bushing the paint. It's kind of like a snow, you guys don't know what a snow thing does, but like when you're pushing snow on the edges, you get a buildup of snow. So there we go. I like it. And that's, I'm going to just dab that a little bit where it's a bit thick. So it dries a bit faster. And then I'm thinking we could add some black onto here. We can leave those blue pieces on there. Rose says he's doing jelly printing on his balcony and enjoying the last days of the mild summer nights. That's awesome. Hi, Ray. Yeah, Christine. She heard the word snow. She's like, ah, don't talk about snow. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Ro's been doing some cool Beetlejuice prints. Oh, that picked up a lot more red than I thought it would. But I'm not mad at that. Let's just pull this out. So definitely got more red on the side where we had the paint rolled out than we did on this side, but I kind of like it. Can you guys see that? I think this would be cool. With some black something here. Maybe some black scripting or some black, like I did kind of this. Here, I'll show you how I did part of this. We'll do it on this. We're gonna let that dry a little bit more. And put that beside there to remind myself about myself. All right, so black. I'm trying not to overthink it too much, but I'm thinking, so we've got the 2 layers of like negative printing. So let's do a layer of like positive printing. So we'll do, I don't know if you guys saw that well enough there. Thanks, Dee Dee. All right, let's use, so one thing that I've used before, and I think I learned that from Robin McClendon, is using a thicker paint. I used fabric paint before, but I found this at Michael's on sale, this Artist Loft 3D paint liners. So you will definitely get dendritic effects on it. So I'm thinking something here. Do I want it like a vertical something? Or do I want it all over? Let's see, think. Let's just do a big bold one. So this is the black, and this is what I used for this circle here. I did the circle on the plate and then I stuck it down. So let's do some like intuitive scripting. I'm not really good at intuitive scripting. So I might just make a bunch of like, ooh, I guess that's going there. I'm gonna make a bunch of like archy shapes. Maybe a triangle and something really round to go over to this little blob. So when we pick that up, it's going to squish. And I've done this before. I think that's enough. Let's do something. This might be overkill. Woo! That's very blobby. I'm going to just kind of put some here. So this is going to be our positive mark because I'm adding it. So I guess subtractive and additive, maybe that's the proper terminology. So this, I want to, maybe I'll put this kind of like there. Let's do that. We're going to squish it and we're going to lift it and they're going to get some of those dendritic sort of patterns. There we go. And then once that's dry, I've done this before, you can glaze it with some gold and that looks really cool. So that's that. And while that's still wet, we can actually, let's just go ahead and add it to this one. Sophia. We're gonna actually do this technique on one of the prints you sent me. We're gonna do it on this one. Maybe we'll do that one next, so maybe you can see part of it. Okay. So there we go. And I could kind of, I'd maybe like a little bit more there, so I can kind of add a bit there. Maybe I want a third one here. So I'd done this technique in that journal I showed you guys last week, that my Ancient Aliens journal. So I see kind of like a mountain and like the reflection and some stuff. I don't know. Looks like hieroglyphics. Yeah, looks like intuitive scripting, which I'm not very good at, but it's fun and you don't have to be good at it. So we can let that dry, and this is going to take a while to dry, but I think that's super cool. I like it. Okay, I need a lot of drying space today. Let me just put that there. That there. Okay, let's do the one that Sophia sent us. But first I want to pick up some of this on something. I can get another plate out. And this, we'll let that dry and then we'll pick it up. Oh boy, I really need lots of room today with all these wet things. Now it's hard not to do gold with this. You know what might be cool? If we add those marks to her using just some matte medium, that might be neat. This is the image transfer on, I think it's on wet strength carnival tissue or just regular tissue that Diane Bell sent me. Let's do that. Let's use matte medium. I'll use my North Shore matte medium from Walmart's, from the Walmarts. Jen says, well, I mean, I just play. Oh gosh, I can't open this one. I did buy a new one. Let's just open up this new one. I think the thing is just to try, you know, just don't be afraid. Diane says she looks scary. I think she looks mysterious. Okay, so this is quite thin. It's not as, it's creamy, but it's not as thick as golden matte medium. So it does pour very quickly. So we're just going to pick up these red marks and some crusty bits onto here. And I think I want her face, so I'm going to put her face over here where there's a bit more space. For kind of on the edge there. Now we do have to let that dry. And I tried to make it not too thick of a layer so that we wouldn't get too many crinkles. All right, so we want to do this one. I see turquoise and then black. Maybe we should we do black and then turquoise? I do like me some turquoise. Let's do like a really pale turquoise instead of the light and the dark turquoise. Let's do like the turquoise. So instead of combining this one with this one, this is aqua green. Let's combine this one with white. It might end up the same color. I don't know. Okay, so I think I need to get another gel plate out because everything's still drying on those other ones. Sorry, I know it's loud. Oh, someone asked how I store my gel plates, and I said I would show it. Remember who it was. So this one, I have the factory Mylar sheet on the bottom. I have regular copy paper on top, and then I store it inside of the clamshell it came in. Now my other 8x10 that I have on a acrylic sheet, like so this is a sheet from, well, it's a sign holder from Staples. See how it's got like the two, it's meant to go on the wall, so that's why it's flat, but it's actually 2 layers. So you can put a sign in the middle. So sometimes I'll have the paper in there, and sometimes I'll take it out if I want to see what's behind. Does that make sense? But I did find a big piece of acrylic sheet. You want it thick enough that it's sturdy, right? I did find a big piece at, I think it was Michael's in the clearance section, and I need to cut it down. But so that one that's on the acrylic, I just store it in this case. It's a 8.5 by 11 storage case, and it's only 1.5 inches deep. So I don't feel like there's a lot of air in there. So I actually store this 8x10 in here, and then it closes quite readily. But I store it together with my 2 5x7s. So I have this 5x7 that I just have on copy paper on both sides. That's my yellow plate. And then I have this one that I found an 8x10 plexiglass. I don't know where I found that. And then I put the copy paper on top. Now, Elizabeth St. Hilaire has a really good video about caring for your gel plates. I was talking to Lena about it. I'll add the link to that video below. Also, PM Art Studios, they do have some good videos about storing your plates. I think Patricia uses her plates every day, so she just leaves them all out on their acrylic backing with like a paper on top. Hi, Eddie. All right. Oh, this isn't going to work on here because it's a bigger paper. I think we need to use Big Peggy to do this one, unless we want a border. No, I don't think I want a border. Okay, we'll have to get Big Peggy ready to go. So let's do something else while Big Peggy is drying. Okay, let's do, how about this one? We have a base that's black. Let's add something on top of it. Hi, Rhonda. Diane says she doesn't bother covering hers. Dust is added texture. That's funny. And Robin McClendon, she just leaves. She doesn't even, like, I try to clean mine off before I put them away because those crusty bits will kind of cause little indents. But Diane, Robin McClendon, she just leaves a lot of crusty bits on. So, okay, so this we have some crusty foil. What if we add white to this one? Let's add some white. And again, we're doing our, we'll start with some negative mark making, and then we'll add some positive mark making. And there's a little trinket. Okay, so what else do we have? Maybe we should just use, I don't know what I'm going to use to remove the paint. Do I have simple, just use simple things? I think I do like this. That one works really well. It's very thick though, it's a thick line. Okay, so we're gonna add a thick layer of white. White, this white's opaque. I think most whites are opaque. I think that's the nature of white. All right, let's do, it's hard not to do circles, isn't it?
Let's do sort of some dancing shapes. It's raining here today quite a bit. And then let's do some of those squiggles that Art Whisperer guy does. Just do them everywhere. And then we'll add stuff, right? There we go. All right, this one is, try to line it up. Sophia says, back in the day, Journal Artista, who is Paul Phillips, the crusty bits were the object of the whole exercise. And she coined the term crusty bits. Yes, she did. Now, I only knew about Paula secondhand until she did come back briefly for a while. And then I did interact with her a little bit. I think she tried to come back a couple times. So Deb Smith says that zinc white is somewhat transparent. Okay, good to know. See, I don't know much. This is titanium white. Usually there's like a little square that tells you how opaque something is. Oh, here it is, opaque. So this one is opaque. It's filled in. All right, let's let that dry and let's pull this face that Diane sent me. What did Barbara say? Peanut butter from the roof of your mouth. Interesting. All right, so we added some spooky red to Diane's print. I think that's cool. So this one we didn't use any negative mark making. We just did, we added the red back from Sophia's mark making stamp. I guess we used the negative marks from her stamp. So technically it does have some negative marks on it, right? And should we add, so we got red and there's gold and black. I think we'll leave it. I think I'm happy with it like that. I'm going to put that in my Halloween journal, and I could see maybe adding like some cobweb stamps to that. So Diane, do you like her better now? Just add a little bit. I like that she looks spooky. Okay, let's put that in a spot to dry. And let's see if Big Peggy's ready. Not really, but I think we should just pick it up with something. So what other base papers do we have here? I don't really want to. We're going to use turquoise and then pull. No, I don't want to. I don't want to do that one. I wanna. This one doesn't have much on it. Let's just do the matte medium on this one. Even though this isn't dry, it might get a bit smudgy. So Rhonda says she's been trying different reds to get that perfect blood color. I do like me some cadmium red hue. I do like it. Let's see if we can get this black off onto here. We'll just use the gel medium. Sorry, I'm not really on screen there. And this kind of, because the black's not dry, it kind of smudges it. Oh, this one's not smudging a lot. We'll just do that. We could put it in the middle of that thing. That was obviously from another printing session we had. We did transfers with some masks, some PM Artist Studio animal masks. That was fun. I like that. Hey, Julie Topaz. What did Kat say? 3 jelly plates. Yeah, well, I have 2 8x10s and 1 Big Peggy. And then I have 2 5x7s. But for streaming, that's kind of the way you got to do it. All right, so there we have our white on black, which I think is cool. Now, one of the things that I saw Robin McClendon do, and I haven't tried this before, so let's try it together. Push that up a bit. Is she used a square ink bottle to make marks, and then she picked it up. So let's try that. This ink is not cheap, but I thought we could just pour a little bit of it. And this is that Jane Davenport sheening ink. I'm just going to see. No, I'm not going to pour it. I'm going to use a paintbrush. And I wonder if I put enough just on this plastic, not plastic, this is actually a glass block. I'm just going to kind of do that on the edge just to use it up. And then she took her, you probably can't see what I'm doing. Let me just go here. She took her ink bottle, the bottom of it, and she just kind of used it to make marks on the gel plate, which I thought was very brilliant. I think she lined them up more, but maybe we'll do them kind of a bit more randomy. I did want them straight though. That one's very crooked. Let's straighten that one. There we go. And this is very wet ink, so we'll try to just pick it up right away on that white print we just did. So I'm not thinking too much. Okay, let's put that there. And let's see what happens. Oh, my chat scrolled off. Eddie says he likes to add black to all of his reds. That's a good tip. What else? Okay, let's see. So we get sort of like an ink blotty kind of look. And because the ink is thin, we don't really get the sheening that we would get using it full strength. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my mineral paper. I don't want to waste all that yumminess. I'm going to get my mineral paper that we had shown. And let's just plop it on here. Give it a spritz. Let's just do that. Because oh, you can see the gold. I don't know if you can see that. Let's do that. Let's give it a bit of a spray here just to clean off this glass block. Speaking of blood, this looks very blood-like. Because I don't want to waste my product. Give that a little spritz. Let it run a bit. Okay, and I'm going to wipe that off. Do a fingerprint. There. Now my hands are going to be red. This stuff is water reactive. It's not permanent. So it's kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. Just going to let that drip a bit. And I might just let it dry on there. Okay, so hopefully we don't need that print again. That plate again. I'm just going to put that way over here. I might have to remind me to show you guys that one. And I think I'm going to go wash my hands because that is going to come off on everything. So I will be right back. We'll just put this here while I'm gone. You'll still hear me though because my microphone is around my neck. And we're going to add, I think we're going to add some black back to this one. Okay. It looks like a murder scene in here. Use my craft spray to get some of this spray off. Sometimes I go to the store and I got like paint all on my back of my forearm, and I don't even notice. I come back and I'm like, oh, that's attractive. I have paint. I get it off my hands and then I forget to do my arms, and I have paint on my back of my arms. So what's everybody else up to today? Earlier I was explaining that I was have been organizing my little scrappy bits. Okay, that's not perfect, but it's okay. All right. Here it comes. Come back. I assume you guys can hear me because I have my microphone with me. All right. Hi, NC. Christine drew blood the hard way. She literally drew it. Okay. Let's see if we can free Big Piggy, and then we can work on that print that Sophia sent me. So that looks kind of cool, actually. You see that? The matte medium dried a little bit opaque, or maybe I think there might have been a bit of white on there. I don't remember. But that's not bad. I like the little bit of turquoise that it picked up. And then this had those little crusty bits of foil, gold leaf, I mean. And they acted as a resist on here, so that's interesting. Okay, let's use this. I might just scrub back just a little bit here and there to soften that up. Let's use that to alter this one. So I wanted to do the turquoise with white. And we are going to want to Should we do circles again? Or what if we did like a big flower print? Or don't know. Sorry, Sophia, we're going to be obliterating this just for experimentation's sake. But before we do that, let's appreciate all the beautiful layers that Sophia put in there. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Now I'm thinking maybe green. No, let's stick with our plan. So when you send me Happy Mail, and when I send you Happy Mail, once it has arrived to you, it is yours. And once it has arrived to me, it is mine to do with what I want. And you can do whatever you want with any Happy Mail I send you. You can give it away. You can use it, incorporate it, because I think that's what Happy Mail is for. Okay, so let's do this. Now, I don't know, still not sure what patterns I'm going to carve out of here, but I feel like they need to be bold. Okay. And I think we'll definitely do some scratchy scratch. Let's gonna kind of mimic some of the flower going on. I think just because I think that would be cool. And we're gonna try to remove some of that excess. And let's do a bit of this. Because we don't want it too perfect. And let's do a little bit of this stuff here. Now we do want to make sure we get this down while it's still wet. So I'm just gonna kind of I'm trying to rotate in my hand. But I don't want too many actually I think this side works better. Like there's too much there. Okay, let's do it. Let's see. I'm feeling it there. All right. I'm gonna let that soak in. There's lots of acrylic already on there, so we need to make sure that we give it time to dry. I'm just trying to find a bigger piece of paper to put on top. You know what? I've got this piece under here. Let's just do that. I'll give it a good rub, rub, rub. So Joyce is boiling her kitchen cabinet hardware to get the paint off. Interesting. It worked for the guy she watched do it. But he put baking powder in the water. I wonder if that's got some sort of chemical reaction or something. Okay, so we're going to let that soak. We'll put that aside and we're going to let it really absorb all the paint. What else? What else can we do? Now these ones here with the black, they're still shiny because that paint is shiny, but it is drying. Like this is actually pretty dry. This one's not, this one is. So you can actually add gold to make a little bit of a glaze. I'll try that with I'm just going to use my finger and see if we can get it kind of. See what I mean? So it's a baby wipe. Oops, that had purple. No, purple blue. So see how you can add a bit of glaze to pick up on that dendritic part. So what I could do is I could leave the sides black, but maybe I just highlight some of the central part. And I just kind of pick it up with my baby wipe. Thanks for coming, Yvonne. Good to see you. Then I'm going to just kind of wipe it back a little bit. Oh, that was too much. It's hard to see because I'm so far away. So because that fabric paint, or it's not fabric paint, that 3D paint, it has like body to it, it gives those little dendritic marks that I think look really cool when you highlight them. And I'm sure I learned this from Robin McClendon. I can't tell you what stream it was. I don't really remember that exactly. Thanks, Miriam. So I'm just trying to go over that. So this last weekend, we watched Dune 1 and 2, the new one, not the one from the 80s. With my son, he'd seen them and he really liked them. So we thought, well, we'll watch them. If you want to watch with us, we'll watch them. They were really good. I really enjoyed it. Much better than the ones from the 80s. I don't know. You guys have seen Dune, the new movies? It was really cool. Like the cinematography is amazing. We're going to do this part of this brown circle here too. The cinematography was amazing, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. So I'll show you guys that. So can you see how, let's go look at my camera. Can you see how the gold highlights that dendritic pattern a bit more? Whereas this one, I just left it black. But the center one, I made kind of gold. Yes, Brill. Zendaya and Timothy were amazing. And I like the mom too, the actress that plays, I can't remember all their names. I found it hard to keep track of like the names. Thanks, Jasper. The blue one reminds you of Cirque du Soleil dancers. I could see that. That's cool. I like that interpretation. Thanks, Joanne. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave those black. Just have the gold in the middle. That might make a cool like journal cover, I think. You know, you could actually fold it in half, or you could do like a bigger journal. I think that one will leave as is. I think to me that's very, you could rip it up for collage. I think would be cool ripped up as well. Let's see, let's add something to this one. Now we've been using a lot of blue and black and white. Now we're definitely going to add some black back to this one, aren't we? What if we do the bottle marks again, but we'll do it with black paint instead? I think that would be cool. Let's use this. And let's use this again for our application, because we're going to put them on here. We'll have to go quick though, so that it doesn't dry. But these ones will be a little bit more pronounced because they're not going to be so liquidy, but we're going to have to go fast. So I wonder if that's going to pick it up. I don't know. I think we need a jelly plate. We need a jelly plate to get these on here. That's not going to, we need to be able to squish down in there. Let me just grab 5x7. So I felt like last week I was kind of like being really rushy. And this week I just wanted to kind of take my time and hang out with you. Hey, Kathy Berg. I know you were here earlier, but I just thought, let's see if we can, yeah, that's better. There's still a bit of red left on here, like on the bottom of the, so let's just do just a bit. Okay, we'll put that on. We can always do several layers, but I want to put this on before it dries. So, Ro, are you talking about the new Beetlejuice or the old Beetlejuice? Because I don't think the new one's not out yet, is it? So there we have that. I'm just gonna try to get more of this black paint off of here. Why not? This is a glass block. I don't really know where I got it from. It's sort of more for like mixing inks and stuff. It's not really meant for paint. Let's grab out here, let's just plop this on here and see if we get something. Jasper has questioned, what brand of black ink or paint is that? The black that I just used is just good old Liquitex Basics Mars Black. It's actually this one because I got a new tube. Oh, the shiny black, that's just Artist Loft. This is the 3D paint liners. You can get expensive paint liners, but this is just Artist Loft. This is cheap. And they had a sale, buy 2 things, like buy 2 artist loft, get 1 for free. Now I'm thinking, I still want to get back to that negative marking. What if we use, let's use another color and we'll add it to this. What color, what color, what color? Let's do green. I know everyone's like, oh, no green. Let's do green. I have this bright, no, it's yellow. Here's a bright green. We can maybe add a bit of yellow to it if it's too bright. Well, it's not, it's pretty dark. Let's add some yellow to it. This is a Bria Reese Josie Lewis Heavy Body that I got also on sale at Michael's. I'm going to wipe this off. When does the new Wednesday? Oh, the new Wednesday, the series. Yeah, I want to know. And I think Severance is. I think Severance is coming back. Oh, I want that more. I want that more yellow. I want a yellow green. Where did that yellow go? Let's add more yellow. Yeah, I would like to know when that new Severance starts. I don't know if this is going to give us the look we want. It looks like it's a little bit transparent, so I'm not sure how it's going to work. Let's do okay. I think this is probably going to be my least favorite one, but you know, who knows? Just add a little bit of. So we're doing mark making, negative mark making. So this is, to me, this is an example of negative mark making. And I have no idea what we're going to get with that. Stranger Things. Yeah, I want Stranger Things to come out. Roll, I don't have access to White Lotus. I've heard, when I've heard about it, I think I would like it, but I don't have cable, so I have streaming services, and it's not on the streaming, one of the streaming services that I have. So I've got that sheet in between, so I'm gonna take a peek. Well, it's different. It's different. All right, let's see if the Sophia paper, I mean Sophia. I can never remember. Sophia. Let's see if the Sophia paper's ready. All right. So I'm not mad at that. I think it needs more black though. What do you think, Sophia? Yeah, no, you didn't miss it. I just pulled it. But I was thinking, I think it needs some of your black loopy loops. not sure. I think this would look really cool cut into postcards though, hey? Dana sees an octopus. Is this the head? Do I have it backwards? It's kind of there, right? You see an octopus like there? Yeah, I see that. That's cool. I was thinking I could either trace the outlines, or we could put on some black arches. I wish I don't have a stencil. Yeah, it does need some black, but not too much. I think I'm just going to put, so I know where the outline is here. What if we use a black paintbrush, not black paintbrush, a paintbrush, and put some bold black, like loopy arches on there? I think that would look very Sophia-ish. Okay, I just showed you guys my black. Oh, here it is. All right, so I'm just going to do white splatters. Yeah, we could do white splatters maybe after. So while you're away, Sophia, I don't know if you heard this part. I said some of you might not like that I'm covering up the print that Sophia sent me, but I kind of feel like once, and I think you agree with me, once you receive something in Happy Mail, it becomes yours, right? So we're just going to do what I consider some Sophia inspired loopy loops. Maybe just some, we can make those more square after. All right, let's put that on. Let's see. I think we'll put it this way. So it's kind of like, I could have painted it right on to the print, but I feel like this kind of takes the pressure off and makes it a bit more random, and the marks might not be as perfect, which I like, which I think if you gel print, that's one of the things. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna let that sit. I think I like it. I'm gonna let it sit a little bit more. I want the marks just a bit more consolidated. Good night, Anina. I didn't call her loopy. She does a lot of loops. She does a loopy. She does a nice loops on some of her work. Okay, so let's see. Oh, we have something here to pull. Pink with orange and turquoise can add whimsy. Yeah, I think pink would be really cool on this print. This is that one that we added that green. So now it's really dark. I think a bright pink on there would be cool. However, it has to be opaque. I don't know if I have something that's bright and opaque. And that's still wet, so I'll have to let that dry. Oh, I'm all out of baby wipes. I need to go get another set of baby wipes from the closet. So my room, I was saying at the beginning, my room is getting much more organized. I'm feeling a lot better in here. And I do like to see everything, but I like to feel calm. I like to have a sense of calmness. Ooh, I have those Dina Wakley orange paints. A dash of white to the pink. Yes, I could do that. we could do that. I might just wondering, this pink here is not permanent. And we have these gold leaves. I'm tempted to add a glaze on this. Just thinking. We need a room and Lucy tour soon. Yes, I was saying, I think by early October, I should be able to do a room tour. It may not include Lucy because she doesn't like being in my room. Okay, I'm going to heat gun this a bit. I like the bit of turquoise showing through. I'm thinking we add like a mixture of like a bright orange, a bright pink with some white to, like Sophia said, to make it a bit more opaque. And if it doesn't turn out, it's not the end of the world because we're just playing, right? So I've got this really bright mango punch. I don't know how transparent that is, but I'm thinking, what if we add it to this portrait pink, which is opaque, and then we add a little bit of this fluorescent pink. And we do now, do we want to add the pink spots on there or do we want to do negative painting? Having fun is what it's all about. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to do an ombre, and I'm still thinking about, I'm trying not to use stencils because I'm trying to do something just different. Yeah, that pink is very transparent. I think this is transparent too, I would imagine. Yeah, so let's do, I don't even know what marks I'm going to be making. Here's my plan. I'm going to do an ombre of this combined with this portrait pink. That's what we're doing. Maybe we'll add some white. My desk is a mess. Christine says she's obsessed with Amsterdam paints. And I did get some. Oh, I think we're going to need some. Let's add some. Do we need some white? I don't know. Let's just go for it. I think, I'm hoping that portrait pink brought enough opaqueness. All right. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use something I haven't used yet. This isn't really the marker thing, but I found these like wallpaper things. So we're not, this is kind of like doing a stencil, but not really. All right, let's just pick that up on something. Here, I'll pick it up with this. So this isn't really the mark making style I was wanting to do, but sometimes you've got to change your plan. And I think I need, just going to do this to make it a bit more. I don't know if there's going to be enough paint left underneath there. But if there isn't, we can always paint it back in, I suppose. Let's see. I can clean it off onto here. Don't know. I think it's too wet. I mean, too dry. So this I got at a secondhand shop. It's like some sort of hanging room divider thing. I don't know. There's a little bit on there. Excuse me. Okay, I think we're going to see something. Let's see. So that's something. I'm just going to check. I have those 3D paint pens. There's also a gold and a silver. Let's add some black to that one. Now we've gone from like neutrals to like vibrant colors. So Christine said, what's this? Something about teddies smashing their faces into gel prints. Oh, that sounds interesting. Interesting. I like it. Okay, let's see how the Sophia print is doing. I think it kind of came loose a bit when I moved it because it kind of squished. I don't have this on a plate, but let's see. So there we have our loopies. And you can see how it picked up the textures that were in Sophia's print. Like when you add layers and layers and layers, you get some really interesting textures. I wish there was some black here though, but that's okay. So I think that is going to make a very yummy journal cover. I'm going to make a journal with that, I think. I'll probably ink the edges with black. We could add maybe some white marks, perhaps. Perhaps not, but I thank you, Sophia, for sending that to me. Okay, let's see. So we've been on for an hour and a half. Let's pull this. So I tried not to go so quick today. I tried to kind of take my time. I hope you guys enjoyed the pace this week better than last week. So there we go. So that's cool. We could use, I'd almost use a black. Oops, I'm running over my flower power thing. I don't want to use like a black paint marker to maybe add some. We could outline the flowers. And if that's too perfect, we could just kind of smudge it. Smudge the black a bit before it dries. Oh, too late. Or just wipe it off a bit. And then that kind of, there. I like that. I think I have to go faster. So we get just a little bit of definition there. Since this wasn't like a stencil, like if you had a stencil, you can like do like a kind of like a long haul to make it like an outline in that color, like in a black. You could have like a black kind of edge around it, if you know what I mean. But this wasn't a stencil. This was like using a placemat, but this was like a wall thing. So I'll probably do that after the stream. Let's see, what did Sophia say? She said she likes what I did with her print. Thank you. I'm glad you liked it. And Diane, I used Diane's prints. I did this with one of Diane's prints. I like that a lot too. And I somehow got that wet. I don't know where that wetness came from. But anyhow, that's from one of Diane's prints. We have this one was a surprise. Like I wasn't really thinking anything. I think this would look cool. Okay, let's do that. So after the stream, I'll add some more of this black to kind of grungify that a little bit. But let's add some of Sophia's white, like a stamp in white on the edge here. I think that would look cool. Let's do that. There's an eye in the bottom left flower. Cool. I like that. So let's do, and then we'll do this and then we'll show the prints that we did today. And then I'll clean up and keep organizing. Trying to get my stash organized. So I do. I like it. I like it a lot. You could even do like an ombre stamp. Let's do that. Let's add a little bit of this turquoise or aqua green. So I hope everything I said today makes sense. Sometimes I'll watch back my stream to see what I said, and sometimes I say the exact opposite word of what I mean to say. There, I like that. That's cool. And then we can stamp it over here. And then that would be fun pickup. All right, remember to wipe your stamps. So Diane's saying next we can smush teddy bear face into plate. Well, what you could do, I don't know if you saw my stream about Play-Doh. Some people use Play-Doh on the gel plate, so you can use it to get impressions of different things that you wouldn't really want to get paint on. So you could use Play-Doh on your teddy bear face, and then you could smush that on the plate. if you want to be wackadoodle crazy. Excuse me. So I'll pick that up after, or let's see, let's try to put some on here, see if it goes. All right, so we're gonna let that soak. So we got this print here, which was just a, it wasn't a brayer off, it was a purple pickup print. It must have been a warm-up print. It's like sometimes before I do image transfers, I'll just slap solid color paint on the plate and I'll just pick it up. So it was a solid purple. And there's also, yeah, it must have been, because this was an image transfer impression. So that was probably like I did just a couple pulls to get ready. Sophia says she shouldn't say so, but the stamping this pattern on just about any paper makes it look amazing. I agree. And it's much faster than doing like individual tick marks. All right, there's Diane's print that we modified with negative mark making using, so we put black on the plate. We negative mark maked with the silicone spreader. Picked that up, and then we added positive marks using Sophia's stamp with the red. This one we had, the base print was black with some copper leaf, and it had some stripes in it. So we did, what did we do? We did white. Yes, because there's black in there. So we did white, and then we did the negative marks with the scraper, or it might have been the other scraper, the smaller one. I think it was this one. And then we picked it up, and then we added positive marks with this red ink and the black paint using the bottom of this little ink well that I got from Jane Davenport. But this square idea, that's from Robin McClendon. I think she did it using Sumi ink, so it's kind of cool. Woo! All right, what else? Let's see how that sheening is doing. Okay, so here is this ink I got from Jane Davenport, the sheening ink. So this is, by the sheen, it means that where the ink pools, you get another color. So see, there's that greenish color where it's pooling, and this is mineral paper. And if you came in late, this was something I had done this week, and I just showed it. Okay, so we're just working our way through the prints. We have this that we can do some pickup prints with after the stream's done. We have this one that had some blue grunginess. We added some Sophia stamping. Then we did some negative mark making using green on the gel plate. So where you see the blue coming through, that's the negative mark making. And then we added the pink and orange using that wall mounted thingy. I don't know. Watch the replay. We'll show what Safi is last. And then this was the image transfer on tissue paper of some sort that Diane Bell sent me. And we just picked up the leftover ink from, not ink, paint. This was red paint using the Sophia's mark making stamp. I think it's, Sophia, can you say what that stamp's called? And if you use code DevonFan10, you can get discounts at Plumar Studios. And I think they're having double points days until early September. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. And we just use matte medium to add that to this image transfer. And that's going to go live in my Halloween journal. So we'll see that again. What else? This was the inspiration piece that I did before. I did this a couple days ago. So I had a base print that was red with some brown, and I added the turquoise, did the negative mark making, picked it up, and then added some black paint, picked it up like on the gel plate, and then did that thingamajig with the paint pen, with the 3D paint marker, and just picked up a circle. This is the one that had a base of turquoise and gold and I don't remember what else. And we did negative mark making using the brown paint. So we put brown paint on the gel plate, scooped up some paint, put it back on. And then I do see, I think we then put it onto the plate that had the leftover paint from taking off Sophia's stamp. So we have a bit of that stamp mark making back there, but it's like the negative impression of it. And then here's the positive impression of it. And then we added the 3D paint pen in black, and then we added on the plate, squished it on, and then we added some gold to highlight some of the dendritic texture there. So it's called Sophia's Ink Splot Stamp. Thank you. This one is similar to that one. We use the same brown. We use the leftover of the brown from that negative one. Base print was like this mustard and red. So we added the brown that was left over from this one. And then we added turquoise on the plate, did the negative mark making, picked it up. And then we did the positive mark making using the 3D paint pen in black on the plate, squished this down, picked it up. It's harder to explain than it is to say. This one, Jennifer, you like this one? Yeah, I like this one too. And then I think last but not least, did we show everything else? I think we did. We have this one, which the base print was a very layered print from Sophia. Yeah. And then I added the turquoise color, the blue turquoise on the plate. Did the negative mark making. I tried to make sure there was lots of spaces so that we would see her print below it. And what's interesting is because it was so layered and textured, that that blue has really cool texture to it, where you see her print peeking through. So for example, like here, you can see the texture of Sophia's print. You see the red coming through from her base print. And then we added our loopies and our ploopies in black on the gel plate and picked it up directly. And that gave some really fun textures. Really fun. So I guess the moral of the story is layers, layers, layers. If you don't like something, just keep adding to it. So for example, oh, we didn't pull this one. We also have this print here that we just pulled. So it had some layers and we just added to it. And now I think it's kind of fun. And then that green one. So the green one was pretty horrific, but when we added more layers, it kind of, it's kind of tropical now, isn't it? But I think the standout print from today, I'm not sure, but I think it's this one. That's my favorite one, but I was only responsible for 2 of those layers. And Sophia was responsible for, I don't know how many layers she put on there, maybe 10. Sophia, do you know how many layers you put on there? Just trying to put like an array here of some of our prints. And some will work, some won't. But you know, just keep going. I'm trying to get my thumbnail ready. I don't know. I'm not good at thumbnails. Do you guys prefer just one print up close, or do you prefer seeing like an arrangement of what happened in the stream? Like, I don't really know. I don't really know what to do for the prints, for the thumbnails. But yes, technical words that I use. So Jennifer, you like seeing like an arrangement, hey? Okay. Sophia says she doesn't know. She says the green and cream layers were all done with a palette knife, and there were a lot of layers, plus pencil scribbles, then red with wiping back through a stencil, Yeah, so lots of layers. Hi, Dana. Arrangement. Okay, so we'll do a thumbnail kind of like this. I'll figure it out after. And I don't think I'm finishing early this week like I did last week. Thanks, Sandra. And if you missed the beginning, I'm going to be a guest on Ann Lar's stream this Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing some image transfers. So that should be fun. Hope to see you guys there. I'll put a link to her channel in my description. I don't think she has the stream scheduled yet. Well, thank you, Sophia, for all that lovely happy mail. Thanks, Deb, for coming, and Miriam. Thank you, Vale. Anne's here. She's looking forward to it. Anne can, oh, there you go. Dar put Anne's channel. She put a link to Anne's channel. So we'll see you Sunday at Anne's channel. And then I'll be back next Wednesday. So yeah, thumbs up, like, share, all those YouTube-y yada, yada, yada things. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.